Just found a job checker report. I think I want his job. Director Steven Spielberg, huh? Let's see, what was the last movie he made? That Lincoln movie, huh? That was a joke. So what's he running out of plots? No more Jaws. No more aliens. Poor Steven Spielberg. Lost his creativity. Now he's making movies about presidents. What a sleeper. Then he didn't even do it right. Left out pertinent information, like they all do. Wonder how many black people Steven Spielberg hires. Seems like he likes to hire a lot of little boys, young men. Wonder if he's homosexual since he supports it so much. You know, he's a real top advocate for homosexuality. He provides a lot of his movies that he makes, the money he makes from the movies, towards the funneling of the homosexual agenda. It looks like Facebook is blocking the other stories. They only give you so much. That's censorship in effect. So they know he's real crooked. They like to hide his stuff. What is Steven Spielberg hiding in that Hollywood mansion off of Sunset Boulevard? Wonder how many sex slaves he has. Bet he's a real pervert. Probably likes kids. That poor wife of his. I don't know how she puts up with him. Because all that money. I think we're pretty much sick of Steven Spielberg and his movies. It's time to jack his job. Let me see how much he makes. He's giving advice, but he doesn't follow the Bible. Advice to hell. He almost looks like Woody Allen lately. Ugh. I gotta use all this messed up equipment. All this old laptop, while this man gets everything top of the line. I can't even afford to buy some screen cleaner. I'm scared to use this soap and water. It might mess it up.
our contemporary history.
Stephen Allen Spielberg was born on December 18, 1946, in Cincinnati, Ohio. As a young filmmaker, Spielberg made his first feature entitled Firelight when he was still in high school. When he was 10 years old...
So basically, he got funneled right into Hollywood when he was 10 years old. His dad was already rich and was working for some college or something and let him use all the equipment for free. And they slid him right on in, and he didn't even have to even struggle one day. I mean, he was already put in secret society through his dad and his family, so he's just pretty much been stacked all his life. And he claims this Jew stuff where he was so poor, but I doubt that. I mean, come on. That's probably just some little sob story to get people to like him.
His dad was taking family movies. His dad had an 8mm Brownie camera, and Stephen said it was very boring watching family movies, so he took over and became the family photographer.
He attended CSU Long Beach after failing several times to get into film school. But Spielberg dropped out of college after his short film Amblin got him signed as a TV director for Universal.
See, he got ushered right in. He didn't even have to finish school or go to film school, okay? I have to go all the way up to a PhD, and I can't even still get a job.
Spielberg's first show was for a program called Night Gallery, and the episode he was told to direct starred the great Hollywood actress Joan Crawford. And when Spielberg turned up on the set, they couldn't believe that this kid was directing Joan Crawford.
The turning point in my career was Jaws. And it was a turning point because I was a director for hire before Jaws, and after Jaws it was such a big hit. I could do any movie I wanted, and Hollywood just wrote me a check.
Yeah, they sure do. They write him a check to do anything. He can produce any stupid movie, and they accept it. Excuse me. I'm so sick of it. You know, giving him a blank check. He doesn't even hire any minorities on his sets. The man is a racist, probably. I mean, you can clearly see in most of his movies he doesn't even have any main characters that are minorities.
75 film Jaws
So he just was permitted to block everybody.
To break 100 million at the U.S. box office. It was
one
also
Asian guy
nominated
behind
for
the
Best
camera.
Picture and won 3 Academy Awards.
I bet he's the first and the last.
The lead critic for the New York Times, said, "What is Jaws but a big-budget Roger Corman film?" He was partially correct. It was a big-budget Roger Corman film, but it was also better.
In 1977, Spielberg wrote and directed Close Encounters of the Third Kind and garnered 6 Academy Award nominations. He followed up with a string of hits, including Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Raiders of the Lost Ark
The
I did like.
And The Color Purple.
Color Purple was just about Oprah teaching women to be gay.
And what fascinates me about the way he does it is that he's not...
Of course, he only works with Oprah, who's the biggest sellout, and teaches everyone to fornicate and live in sin and to find another way. The new movement and all the stuff that she does on her network. I mean, come on. That's double teaming.
Style. There's no Spielberg brand other than excellence.
Anyways, I can't even watch this stuff.
Spielberg earned his first Best Director Academy Award for Schindler's List and used profits from the film to set up the Survivors of the Shoah Visual History Foundation.
That's about maybe one good thing he did, but you know, you can find some people saying he didn't do a good job on that either. And the way he portrayed it. He left out a lot of stuff. Look, here's one about him. How he's a hoax.
In 1998, the Steven Spielberg produced documentary The Last Day was released. focused on chronicling the experiences of 5 Jewish Hungarian
So I have to
Holocaust
go over to
survivors.
Google just so I can watch these videos, because most of them don't still pull up on Adobe.
Was released to rave reviews and won the 1999 Academy Award. One star of the film claims to have repeatedly defecated and swallowed diamonds for a year and a half while in Auschwitz and on death marches. She also claims to have been selected to have her skin turned into a lampshade, claims she had her tattoo removed by Dr. Mengele, and also escaped from inside a gas chamber.
I think that was Mangler that took me out of there. And he just attached me to that gypsy priesthood, and I went to the gas chamber. And as I was going into the gas chamber, you know, everybody was being pushed into the gas chamber. And I was going backwards.
It shouldn't be hard to jack this guy's job, but let me tell you, he's so inside the secret society and high up. I mean, this guy is probably never going to retire. I mean, he's going to hog up all the money and all the films and all everything, so no one else can get in.
This star survivor claims to find evidence that her sister was experimented on in Auschwitz.
I found out that my sister was experimented on, that they were doing some blood tests on.
I mean, when you got someone this high up with a blank check in Hollywood, you can't basically get to them, okay? He's so well covered. I mean, he's more probably protected than the President of the United States. I mean, you probably can't even walk within 2 feet of him.
American soldier, featured prominently in Spielberg's documentary, claims to have stormed the beaches of Normandy and liberated Dachau. However, wartime documents prove he was hundreds of miles away at the time of both events.
Because he just didn't actually, he was just one of those lazy Hollywood directors who just doesn't do the research and probably just threw some props in there and some people and didn't care if they were real or anything. He didn't care if the stories were real. He just wanted to make his movie to get his awards so he could be put on his pedestal as an Academy Award winner and having the best picture and da-da-da-da-da. But see, he just pretty much did a sloppy job and cut corners, and you can tell he didn't really care about the story like he should have. But, you know, when they just want to get the glory of things, they don't really handle it like someone, you handle something that you care about, because all you care about is your ego and having people say you're the best director and giving you the most money and having the biggest mansion, having the most luxury lifestyle, and that's what he's aiming for. He's not aiming for telling the story correctly. Steven Spielberg doesn't care about the stories. He just throws them out there, and, if you catch it and like it and fall for his props and his little, bing bangs and his little special effects and all that they give him the big bucks to do, then basically he's got you, okay? So you're always in the seat. But I'm going to tell you now, he doesn't fool me.
Is everything you're about to see is true? In the following presentation, you're going to witness the overwhelming amount of evidence which proves that the Holocaust documentary, The Last Days, is in reality Steven Spielberg's big lie.
So anyways, that's just a little part of it. Part 1.